Howdy everybody, David here, and this is another Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition class breakdown tutorial, and this particular tutorial today deals with the wizard archetype, the School of Transmutation. Now the wizard in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition is a traditional type of wizard, like in most of the other editions of D&D throughout the years. Now the wizard, as you can see, is going to get a whole array, a whole arsenal of spells from level 1 to spell level 9. You're going to get your cantrips. You will get your universal proficiency bonus, just like every other class in D&D 5e. And it'll go from 2 all the way up to a +6. And your proficiency bonus will affect your saving throw proficiencies, any kind of proficiency that you have with skill checks. Also, it'll affect, as a wizard, it will affect your spell casting attack and also your spell save DC number that people will have to roll saving throws against that number. Now, the wizard is also going to get Arcane Recovery, where you get to regain during a short rest a certain amount of spell levels that you can get back for free. You're going to get ability score improvements that are going to allow you to do one of two things. You can take and raise your ability scores up to a maximum of 20, or if your dungeon master allows you to take a optional feat from chapter 6 in the player's handbook, if he or she allows you to do that, you can do that also. Now, you're also going to get spell mastery and signature spells, which are basically free cast spells. Now, the wizard at level 2, they get an archetype, and every class in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition gets an archetype either at 1st, 2nd, or 3rd level. Now the wizard, they get their arcane tradition or archetype at level 2, and this deals with the School of Transmutation. Now the School of Transmutation is where you're a student of spells that modify energy and matter. To you, the world is not a fixed thing, but eminently mutable, and you delight in being an agent of change. You wield the stuff, the raw stuff of creation, and learn to alter both physical forms and mental qualities. Your magic gives you the tools to become a smith on reality's forge. Some transmuters are tinkerers and pranksters, turning people sometimes into toads, and even transforming copper into silver for fun and occasional profit. Others pursue their magical studies with deadly seriousness, seeking the power of the gods to make and destroy the worlds. So as you can see, the School of Transmutation is going to allow you to tinker with basically changing things for a temporary amount of time, and also changing shapes. So whenever you choose the School of Transmutation at level 2, you will get Transmutation Savant. And what Transmutation Savant does is it allows you to save time and also save money or gold every time you copy a transmutation spell into your spell book. So basically, the rules for taking a scroll or a tomb or another wizard spellbook that you found on a past adventure, you can scribe those into your spell book. So Transmutation Savant allows you to cut the costs in half. And it has to be, the one thing is, when you use Transmutation Savant, it has to be a transmutation labeled spell. It cannot be an evocation spell or a necromancy spell or abjuration. It has to be transmutation. Now the regular rules state that each spell level of that scroll that you're putting, or book or tomb or parchment, whatever you're putting into your spell book, requires 2 hours of time and 50 golden components per level of that spell. So as long as it's transmutation, the time and the money is cut in half. So 25 gold in 1 hour. Simple as that. Also, when you choose the School of Transmutation at level 2, you will get Minor Alchemy. And what Minor Alchemy does is it basically allows you to temporarily alter the physical properties of one non-magical object, changing it from one substance into another. You can perform this special alchemical procedure on one object composed entirely of wood, stone, but not a gemstone, iron, copper, or silver, transforming that one that one piece of material into a different one of the same batch of materials. So you have to stay within the guidelines of doing this. You can change wood into stone or silver into wood, but it has to be within the confines of these materials. Now, for each 10 minutes that you spend performing the procedure of minor alchemy, you can transform up to 1 cubic foot of material. Now, after 1 hour, or until you lose your concentration, as if you were concentrating on a spell, the material reverts to its original substance. So, hey, that's pretty cool. Maybe you want to trick maybe a merchant or a banker. You could take a portion of wood, make a 1 cubic foot block of silver, take it in there, or copper, and bam. Maybe you want to take some stone and maybe use minor alchemy, transform it into iron, and then take that block of iron into maybe a smithy and sell it. Get a little bit of coin, but just remember, that's going to come back to bite you possibly, because it only lasts for 1 hour. So minor alchemy could actually lead to some really nice role play between the dungeon master and player. Now next, you're going to get, at level 6, you will get, for the School of Transmutation, Transmuter Stone. And this is the bread and butter of the School of Transmutation. This is where you spend 8 hours creating a transmuter stone that stores transmutation magic and energy. You can benefit from the stone yourself, or you can give it to another creature. And a creature means an ally of yours, or hey, you can even give this transmuter stone to an enemy. Now, when you give the creature your transmuter stone, the creature will gain a benefit of your choice from the 4 down below. But the stone has to stay in the creature's possession. So here are the 4 different benefits that a creature can benefit from for having a transmuter stone in their possession. The first is dark vision, and this is basically just like dark vision on maybe an elf or a dwarf. Dark vision out to 60 feet of range, as described in Chapter 8. An increase to speed of 10 feet while the creature is unencumbered. Wow, that's really nice. Just imagine giving that to a monk wood elf. Holy cow. You can give the creature proficiency in Constitution saving throws, or maybe the final benefit would be resistance to either acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage. And it's your choice whenever you choose the benefit. So it's really nice. You can actually make a stone, take 8 hours, give it to a creature. They'll get one of those 4 benefits. Really nice. So each time you cast a transmutation spell of 1st level or higher, you can change the effect of the stone if the stone is still on your person. Really nice. The last thing, this doesn't mean that you can just make transmuter stones every 8 hours and give them to everybody in your party. It's not going to work like that. Whenever you create a new transmuter stone, the old one ceases to function, and that person will no longer gain those benefits. So it's pretty straightforward, and I do like that they added that little stipulation in there for transmuter stone. So we'll come back to Transmuter Stone in just a second, because we're going to talk about your next class feature for the School of Transmutation, and that is at level 10, and this is Shape Changer. And Shape Changer basically allows you to add the polymorph spell to your spell book if it is not there already. Now you can cast polymorph without expending a spell slot. Pretty nice. Nice benefit. Now when you do so, you can target only yourself and transform into a beast whose challenge rating is 1 or lower. And you can find, there's a lot of different beasts, both in the player's handbook and in the very back, and I believe it's Appendix A, where you can choose maybe a brown bear or a hawk or an eagle, anything that has a challenge rating of 1 or lower. Now once you use the Shape Changer class feature and you cast the polymorph in this way, you cannot do so again until you finish a short or long rest. That's if you want the free cast without expending a spell slot. Now, although this doesn't mean that you can't cast it anymore, because you most certainly can, but if you cast it again after your first free cast, then you're going to have to, spend your spell slot like normal. So it's pretty straightforward. I like it. But you'll get the free cast back before, after you finish a short or a long rest. So that's Shape Changer. Now, a really nice thing, probably the nicest class feature of the School of Transmutation, you're going to obtain at level 14. And this is Master Transmuter. And this adds on top of your Transmute Stone. And this is where you can use your action to consume the reserve of transmutation magic stored within your Transmuter Stone in a single burst, meaning you can just blow it up and gain a massive benefit from it. Now, when you do so, you can choose one of the following 4 effects down below. Your Transmuter Stone will be destroyed when you use this feature, and it cannot be remade until you finish a long rest. Then you have to start the whole 8-hour process over to make another stone. Really straightforward, no need to explain that. So, when you do use Master Transmuter, and you do blow your stone up, you'll gain the following one of the following 4 benefits as you choose. Major Transformation. This is where you can transmute one non-magical object no larger than a 5-foot cube into another non-magical object of similar size and mass and of equal or lesser value. You must spend 10 minutes handling the object to transform it. So that's straightforward. This major transformation could actually lead, this could be something that would really be nice as like maybe a quest or adventure, or maybe even some good role play. You will get to choose Panacea. You remove all curses, disease, and poisons after a creature that you touch with the Transmuter Stone. The creature also regains all of its hit points. Really nice. Panacea's strong. You can also, as one of your options, use Restore Life. Now, Restore Life, there's a little bit of gray area here, and we'll get into that in just a second. So, Restore Life allows you to cast the Raise Dead spell on a creature that you touch with the Transmuter Stone without expending a spell slot or needed to have the spell in your spellbook. So you don't have to have Raise Dead. Raise Dead basically works as a resurrection, and it has to be on a dead corpse that is within 10 days of death. Now, the one thing that is not covered here, which is a gray area that I mentioned, is that Raise Dead requires a 500 gold piece diamond as a material component. Now, I would say that you have to have the material component, the 500 gold diamond, on you, because it does not say that it will not consume or need any material components. So make sure that you do have the 500 gold piece diamond on you. But remember, guys, it's ultimately up to your dungeon master if he or she, it's their choice, point blank. Now, the last option that you're going to have for Master Transmuter is Restore Youth. Now, this can be good for roleplay also. You touch the Transmuter Stone to a willing creature, and that creature's apparent age is reduced by 3d10 years to a minimum of 13 years out of the possible 30. Now, when you do this, this effect, Restore Youth, does not extend the creature's lifespan, so it doesn't turn back the clock. This creature will still die in a normal lifespan, but it does restore youth, makes them look a little bit younger, minimum of 13, 3d10, up to 30 years. So, Master Transmuter, really nice. You destroy your Transmute Stone, gain one of those 4 benefits. So there you go, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this Wizard class archetype tutorial, the School of Transmutation. Please feel free to leave a comment down below. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and if you want to try one of these School of Transmutation Wizards, check out my website at tabletopping.net. You will also see a link down below to the Wizard section, and there are 840 character sheets for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition from levels 1 to 20, every class, every archetype. Thank you guys so much for watching again. You can download those 3-page PDF format to your computer. You can print them out. You can put them to your tablet, to your iPhone. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.